So this is the second watermelon bed, and we have several watermelons that are trying to form. We also have an issue, I guess, with squirrels here on this one, where it looks like they have been trying to eat it. So this full garden tour is going to start in a place where the other ones have not. We're at the edge of my property along the fence line where I have been wanting to move my Thompson seedless grapes and my scorpionine grapes, and I did. Let me show you what they look like. Okay, these are the Thompson seedless grapes, and as you can see, they are vining and running in two different directions, which is what they're supposed to. And I'm happy with this. I have to come out every so often and water them and also spray them for aphids. That's the only issue that there has been so far. But other than that, they seem to be doing well. And over here, we have the scorpionine grapes. And just like with the Thompsons, they are also growing along the fence line. And the only issue was aphids. I've sprayed for them once or twice, and I'll continue to do so. And I have to come out and water them just like I have to do the Thompsons. But overall, they're doing good. I'm happy with them. And they have grown a lot since I put them over here. So this is the second watermelon bed, and we have several watermelons that are trying to form. We also have an issue, I guess, with squirrels here on this one, where it looks like they have been trying to eat it. I'm okay somewhat with losing one watermelon. Hopefully that will be all of the loss, the only loss rather, but they're doing good. I'm going to have to come out and probably feed them a liquid fertilizer, but overall they're doing well, and hopefully they will continue to grow. Here in the other fruit containers, this is a blackberry bush and doing well. It is spreading. It got so tall that it leaned over here. Later on, I'm probably going to stake it. The other blackberry bush over there is finally starting to grow, and that one next to it is also. I'm not sure. I see two different plants in this container. And initially, I thought that this was part of the plant, but I don't think that it is. I actually believe it's a weed. So I'm going to, at some point, pull it out, and hopefully that won't do too much damage to the plant that's here. The peaches are doing well. This one has spread out and did great. Has some dead wood on it, looks like it. I'll have to come out and prune that. This one is also growing well. It took forever to come back to life, but it finally did. Doing great. Here we have the two blueberries. One here, this is the premier blueberry, and that one over there is the legacy. They are growing, and as I said, when I planted them, I really didn't expect any fruit this year. hopefully next year we will get some. Here we have the ever-bearing strawberries that I planted earlier this month. It looks like we have a few berries trying to form. Hopefully we will get some. So we're here in Tomato Row, and we're with the large containers, and they are doing well. I may later on harvest these tomatoes that are ripe that you see here. We're going to move slowly toward them. So I believe these are cherry tomatoes. Maybe not. I don't see the stick, but these are ripe. So I'll probably harvest these so that they won't be tempted to be eaten by birds or squirrels or anything like that. And farther on down the line, we have some more tomatoes in the Vigo bed that are blushing. This container, when we were getting all the rain, really filled up. And as such, the tomato plant that was in here got way too much water. And this is the result of it. So what I did was pour some of the water out. Hopefully the plant will do better. Right now, it is kind of struggling, but it does have fruit on it. It has 3 that are blushing and will be ready to be picked at some point soon. I also planted 2 more plants in the container, and hopefully they will grow and replace the original one. Now, we are here also at the first watermelon patch, and they are vining. They look like they had some issue with pests, but looks like they're vining and doing well. I'm going to show you something in a moment that I find a little interesting and funny, but they're doing good here. Now, originally, I had posted pictures of the first watermelon that we had here, and unfortunately, it has rotted. So I'm going to cut that off, and hopefully we'll get other watermelons. I know that we have other watermelons right now because this particular vine, or one of the vines, has made its way over to my tomatoes that are tied up. And if you look real closely here, we have a tomato hanging from a vine that is into the twine. So hopefully it will grow and do well. We have some other tomatoes in there also. These tomatoes in the twine are doing well. Again, just like with the rest of them, they got an awful lot of rain, and that caused some problems with the leaves and stuff. I have to get out here and pull the majority of the bad ones off. But the tomatoes are continuing to grow. Here we have what you're looking at now are paste tomatoes, and they're getting big. This one I think has, yes, it has blossom end rot. So, and this one does also. So I'm going to pull them off and discard them. But overall, well, I see a couple other ones that have blossom end rot also. But overall, the tomatoes are doing well, and hopefully they will continue to do well. As I've said before, we have an awful lot of tomatoes, and it will be my largest harvest of tomatoes since I've been gardening. So, as I said, we have watermelon vines growing into the string trellis that I put the tomatoes on. And here's one of the vines here. Has a little baby watermelon on it, I thought I saw. Yes, right here. Now, I'm not sure if that's been pollinated or not, but we have the little baby watermelon. And here's the one that I showed you before. And as I said, I'm going to have to get out here and do something with or clear some of these dead leaves off, and also the root rotted tomatoes. And again, all of this comes from the excessive rain that we had, but it won't stop on the harvest that I'm expecting to get. We're here at Pepper Row, and I just did a harvest of these plants recently, not very long ago, maybe about a week and a half ago. And as you can see, there's a lot ripened, and I'm probably going to harvest some more of them. We're here at the eggplant, the eggplant that refuses to die, and we have one that's ready and another one on this side that's ready. So we'll probably harvest them off camera. We have the Japanese eggplant, has two eggplant here. They're not big enough to harvest. This container also has spearmint in it and smells wonderful. My last remaining red mustard is here, and it's doing much, much better than what it was. The papaya tree that literally fell apart and died last year is surviving, doing well. I don't see any fruit or anything that looks like fruit yet, but the plant is still alive. Ghost peppers here, they're doing good. Got some to harvest. Got some more over there to harvest also. So we'll probably do those off camera as well. Let's go over to the cucumbers. So the cucumbers, they look like they have seen their best days, but they are still producing. And I have a few cucumbers to harvest from here today. And the bees are still doing their job, pollinating them and all. The new plants that I planted, the, what was it? The Excelsior, they're growing and hopefully soon will make their way up the netting. The Mongolian sunflowers that I planted, it looks as if only two, maybe three, are going to grow and do what they're supposed to do. This is one here that looks real, real good. Hopefully it will continue to do what it's supposed to do. My peanuts in this bed are continuing to grow. Probably sometime in August, we'll dig them up or dig up one to see what we have and if we need to dig up the rest of them. I'm looking forward to hopefully having a harvest. Here in this bed, we have the Italian squash that I'm sorry, zucchini that I got from, no, I was right, squash that I got from a member of my Facebook small gardening group. And these have really grown out of the bed over here to the one portion of the U bed and into the grow right bed here that has my tomatoes in it. And it's really like a little forest in here. It's hard to see what's going on, what's not growing. I have what looks like squash here. Now, I'm not sure if those have been pollinated or not. I had one that was down here, but I recently found it laying on the ground and it had rotted. It had not been pollinated. So hopefully they will get pollinated and we will have some. Over on the other side, we'll get there shortly. We have second planting, third planting rather, of, no, second planting of green beans or bush beans, and they're doing good as well. Now, in this bed, I have planted some more squash. I planted zucchini over here in this row, they never came up, so I'm only going to worry about the two squash plants that I planted here. My okra, now that they are not being crowded and shaded out, are actually starting to grow. And we have the two here. That one down there actually had a stunted pod that I cut off and threw away. Here in the black eyed pea bed, I thought that these were on their way out, and evidently I was wrong. They are producing more beans, so I'll have to come out here and do some harvesting. The burgundy okra that was in the bed with them has started to take off, and it's producing little flowers or little pods here. Eventually, we'll see the flowers opening up. Because of the weather here, my greens collards have not been looking their best, and I'm going to, at some point this month, cut them out. And I'm not sure if I'll plant anything else in this bed or just get it ready for fall planting. Here in this bed, we have our corn, and I guess we have a rogue bean that's in here as well because it has grown up around the corn and all, which really isn't that bad of a thing because it's helping to keep the corn standing up when we have the really bad thunderstorms. We have ears. Now, I don't know how big the ears will be or if they will be pollinated correctly or not, but we'll see as time goes along. Our bell pepper here, here, and here are doing well. I recently harvested one bell pepper from this plant. We had 3 red mustards in this plant, in this bed also. 2 of them are not doing well, dead or dying, and I'm not going to replant them or anything like that due to the excessive heat. So here in the tramal bed, we recently planted on the 24th some more green beans, compass fillet, and I don't see anything that has come up as of yet. Hopefully, we will get them to sprout and we'll have beans growing in this bed. On the other side of the U bed here, we have the tomatillo plant, which is what this is. We have little tomatillos growing, and we also have 2 tomato plants growing here. These plants are huge. They have actually outgrown their cages, and we have some really big tomatoes on them. Again, they're part of the 62, 63 tomato plants that I have planted, and hopefully they will ripen soon and we'll come out and harvest them. Okay, this is the self-watering planter that I got from Vigo, and you saw a video recently where we put the cover over it. The inside we have the sweet potato plants or vines, and as you can see, they have grown their way out of the bed, and some are actually growing up the supports and all. This bed is self-watering, so I haven't gone inside to check it or anything like that since we put the cover on, but I will be doing so at some point. This bed has our 3rd planting of, no, 2nd planting rather, of black-eyed peas, and they're growing well. On the other side, when we planted these, we also planted some purple hull. None of the purple hull came up, which is fine, but they're doing well. Okra on this side is finally starting to take off. These are the jambalaya, and there's 5 plants doing pretty good. And as I said, you can see how much the squash has grown. We have one hanging down. Not sure if it has been pollinated or not. One piece of fruit hanging down over here. Not sure if it's been pollinated, but um, these are prolific growers, and hopefully we will have fruit from them. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. And here you can get an up close picture of the tomatoes that we have on these two plants. Now, in the green stalk, and I'll be honest with you, we have our strawberries, and I really haven't done much with these. As a matter of fact, just before I started filming, I watered them, and it was the first time in a while that I actually watered this planter. So that's my bad. And if they don't produce, then that's on me. And lastly, here in the Vigo bed, we have 6 different types of tomatoes, and just like everywhere else, the plants are loaded. And at some point, we will be having a harvest of tomatoes. Now, we have 1 or 2 that may have blossom end rot due to the rain, but other than that, everything looks tremendous. And as a matter of fact, some of these that we're looking at here, I'm probably going to go ahead and harvest them off camera and show you what we get when I close out the video. Here we have 4 different types of tomatoes, and we have a ripe one that is down here on the floor of the bed. So we'll be getting that also. Let's go and look at the fruit trees. So this is the free almond tree that I got when I planted my 2 original fruit trees, the apple trees. And as you can see, it looks like it is dead or has died. It hasn't done anything, but I'm not really too upset about it considering that it was free. So I'm not going to cry over spilled milk or anything like that. Over here, we have a fig tree, and it is producing. This is, which one is this one? This is the Ioshi fig, and it's growing, doing well. This here is a American plum, has started to put on leaves, doing good. Down here is the LSU fig, starting to put on leaves as well. Over here, this is one of the Gala apple trees, and it looks like we have insects that have eaten the leaves off of it. So I'm going to have to come out and spray here, probably end up spraying all of the trees, but it is alive, just doesn't have any leaves because it looks like they've been eaten. This is the second Gala tree, and it has the same thing, not as bad as the other tree, but yeah, it's been eaten also. We're going to go ahead and spray it also. This is a Santa Rosa plum tree, and has leaves down here, but all the other leaves that were up died. And I don't know if the tree itself in this area has died or not, but Not looking very good, this one. And lastly, but not least, here is the Chickasaw plum, and doing well. I think I'm going to spray it also. To see a little insect damage, not much. So hopefully you can see pretty well. Here is the harvest that we got. And as you can tell, it's quite a lot. We got 4 different types of tomatoes, a lot of cucumbers, a lot of peppers, and some eggplant. And I can't begin to tell you how bountiful June was for me and my family. We got a lot of food from the area that you saw. I hope you enjoyed the video and you got something out of it. It brought a smile to your face and a little warmth to your heart. If you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment. I will reply. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, take a moment to consider doing so. This is the type of produce that I can grow by myself, but I cannot grow the channel without your help. If you do decide to subscribe, don't forget to hit the like button and the notification bell all, so you'll be notified whenever I upload new content. Chances are, if you like my content, your family and friends will also, so it's okay to share. So until next time, always remember to give the thanks to God, for without Him, we are nothing. Stay blessed, stay strong, and grow, grow, grow.